Hey everyone, it is Havohai here bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We're on JP and the new data download just dropped, and we're going to be talking about the Android category, the androids that are now appearing. We're going to be doing a full breakdown, very interesting, and I'm going to be also looking at the team that you can build as well. A pretty rough team build, but we're going to go through that as well. So if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below. We're going to do this full breakdown. Let's get to it. So thanks to DBZ Space with the information dropping on the data download. These are the units that's going to be the new units that's going to be dropping for us, and from this recording probably in a couple days, I'm guessing like Tuesday evening for people here in the US. And I'm going to be focusing on the TUR, the URs, the art and the stats. I'm not going to be going into the SSR, but you can kind of take a look at the art here. But let's go ahead and start breaking this down. This is a really surprise because in the V-Jump that was not leaked, but in the V-Jump that was given to us, it focused on Android 21, but really it seems like it's going to be a Dokkan Fest for Android 17, is because Android 17 is the major leader, even though the other Android is a leader, but it seems like it's going to be very similar to like a Kefla and a Tapion. So I'll go into that in a second. So let's go ahead and start breaking this down and looking at Android 17, all for survival. He is a super physical, like physical needed any more super physical amazing units. He is an amazing unit, especially his passive skill. We'll talk about that in a second, but his leader skill is Android category leader here, key +3, HP and attack 170% with defense 130%, so much similar like Super Saiyan 3 Bardock and Angel Golden Frieza, but he's more like Bardock because he does have that 90% secondary lead in super physical +30 key, HP and attack defense 90%. The secondary leader skills are probably going to be following this pattern a little bit more, and we're going to get more of these in different types. So his super attack, Grand Explosion, causes immense damage to the enemy, lowers attack and defense. Passive skill. Now, if this has been translated correctly and I'm reading this right, this is a pretty ridiculous passive skill. It's a fierce fight for survival. Attack 120% when performing a super attack, which is huge. Allies +3 to key. Now that's all allies. That's flat out straight passive there. Meaning if this is the category lead anyway, it's going to give +6 to key to everybody. Once again, I don't know if I'm reading this right. I don't know if this HP requirement is along with this +3 to key, but we'll kind of see there. Defensive +60%. It's not all allies defensive +6%. I think that's just for Android 17. So reading it properly, attack 120%, performing super attack +60 to defense, and all allies +3 to key. But when the HP is when his HP is 77% or below, reduce damage by 40%, which is just ridiculous. And we're going to see a pattern in this category. It's going to be very, very defensive, like amazingly defensive. So we'll look at that in a second. Link skill, Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Rival Duel, which is a horrible Link, Shocking Speed, Tournament Power, and Fierce Battle. Yeah, I'm very impressed with the passive skill, but hopefully we'll work that out if the translation is correct there. But could be a broken unit, but he is the category leader. And the art, I wish they would have done better. It's definitely lacking, or feeling the lack of a really nice like TUR art there. I don't know if the colors is kind of the goofy thing. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on to the next unit, and it is the other category leader for Android category. It is the Berserk Predatory Impulse Android 21 Transform. She is the extreme strength, so it's going to be extreme type. There is going to be a super type for Android 21, but this is the, in a sense, evil version. She is the category lead for androids. Key +3, HP and attack defense 150%. So there's on top of the 170% lead, there's a 150% lead. So this is going to be very similar to Tapion and Kefla, where I think this unit is going to be available in all banners. So it's going to be just part of the pool versus a Dokkan Fest unit here. So with that, you can also see in the art, which is look great by the way, is there's a Dragon Ball Fighters kind of a picture there. So there might be in the future, probably maybe even a Dragon Ball Fighters category, but yeah, it's kind of stamped in there. There are pictures where it's not in there, but I don't know if that's even gonna also be in there when you summon, you get the unit. So it'll be interesting what that looks like. So, but there is a Dragon Ball Fighter stamp in the art of what's been downloaded and what's been seen. So the super attack is the Photon Wave, causes immense damage to enemy, recovers 10% HP, which is nice. Passive skill, Impulse exceeding the limit, attack and defense of 90%, attack and defensive, or an attacked enemy minus 20% for turns, and transform when conditions are met. Now, I don't know exactly what's all the transit. We don't really have the details on the transformation. So of course, once that comes out, I will, provide that information. But so far right now, since this is kind of early, let me see if anything pops up here. Let's see, transformation. Yeah, we don't have the transformation conditions, but when she transforms, her attack and defense increases to 130%, and then heals 13% HP, and then nullifies enemy's guard when you activate the super attack. So really awesome when she does transform, but we'll get you more information about how the transformation is met, and I'll put that in like a pinned response down below. So so let's go ahead and move on. So I think this is going to be once again, it's just going to be a part of the non-Dokkan Fest units. There's a pattern with that, and I'll talk about that another time, but there is a pattern with Tapion and with Kefla. So the next one is another Android 21, but the good form. It's a super int type, and she probably is summonable, but is a great, or she might be actually the maybe a new storyline, being able to get her, and because she's a support unit for the Android category. So I don't know if she might be summonable or free to play, but we'll kind of see there. So Android category Saga leader, plus 2 to key HP and attack defense 50%, and causes supreme damage to enemy, recover 7%. So this is really nice here. Is plus all another chance passive skill, all allies plus 2 to key, additional attack and defense of 30% to Android category allies. So once again, support unit, really solid. If you're going to be running a Android category team, she's probably going to be a must-have, best in slot. So Android 21 transform good there. Might be free to play, I'm not too sure on there. So finally, the final card that we have is a new body and preparedness Android 16. His leader skill is super tech type, key plus 2, HP and attack defense 90%, which is actually really good. But I'm guessing he's definitely summonable with that leader skill there. Hell's Flash greatly raises a defense and causes supreme damage. This is going to be crazy here. Look at his passive skill. Immobility of the Spirit. His attack and defense is 80%, but additional 30% for every category out. So if you're running a category team, he's going to get an additional 30%, and I didn't say it here, but it's up to 90%. So you can have 170% defense, and his super attack greatly raises defense. He's like the craziest tank, if that's reading right, and he has a high chance to guard against all attacks. This might be the tankiest unit that we've ever had in this game, and once again, he also has the Dragon Ball Fighters stamp on here. So very interesting. We'll see how that all works out, but yeah, pretty amazing tank unit if you're using him in a category team. So what is the Android category team might look like? So this is what the team might look like, and I just threw in basically all the new units, all 4 new units, plus Super 17 and Extreme Z Awakening Cell. Now of course you can use the LR androids. I actually like the Future 17. He looks pretty well there. Underrated unit is the strength 17 there. You can use all the other 17s as well, and the JP GT cell. So those units were interesting to me. On those had some, of course, decent links, but on top of that, their skills are pretty good. So I'm sure you can build other things. This was just really a rough draft on what the team might look like, but very, very limited, it seems like, for anything. No particular amazing LR that can be placed on this team, unfortunately. So it's going to be, I think, might be a little bit lacking, because I think unless they're going to do like an LR cell, which needs to happen, so I'm hoping for an LR cell to then basically go on to this team to make it more viable to get closer to the top. But for now, it's very limited, but we'll see what comes from maybe a possible LR in the future. So with that, that is a full breakdown of the new Android units that are dropping, and a full breakdown there. So hopefully you guys got the information you wanted, and if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below. With that, keep on Dokkaning, everyone. We'll catch you next time.